tonight with my main man Mark Johnson and Paul Myers at NBAFCPRadio.com. We want to open the phone lines up to everybody. 407-482-3776 is the number, is toll free and is nationwide. So please check in with us tonight too, as well as on Twitter at NBA FCP Radio on Twitter. Also check us out on live stream at www.livestream.com. You can see me and Paul in the studio. Type in the words Tucker O'Neal in the search engine, and you can see our beautiful faces as well too.
My
Ryan?
beautiful face.
You can go to sportstalkflorida.com, and you guys are smack right there in the middle. All you got to do is click on your face.
There you go.
Exactly. You get to see me and Paul's beautiful face on Sports Talk Florida. That's our producer, Ryan. He checks in from time to time, let us know he's still living and still being here as well, too. Also, check us out on the TuneIn FM app. As we're going to break, one of the bigger stories of the week is the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis, Paul, how you say his last name?
Antetokounmpo.
Has gotten 4 triple-doubles in the last 11 games. Now, the numbers are completely insane, and Jason Kidd has had the idea of playing the 6'11 swing guy at the point guard position. Right now, the Milwaukee Bucks are fighting to get the 8th spot in the Eastern Conference. In my opinion, it's one of the best moves possible, because obviously Michael Carter-Williams is terrible, Jarrett Bayless is nothing but a gunner, and there's nothing else Milwaukee can do at the point guard position. So why not let the most talented player on the team who can handle the ball run the show? Now, am I completely off-centered by this one, that this is a great move? Mark, I'm going to let you start with you because you've been quiet for a little bit. What do you think?
Nah, not a great move. I think he can spend spot minutes at the point guard, but if you're going to run this guy out there full-time, if I'm a coach, I'm going to press him up and down the floor, and he's going to turn it over. That high dribble at a 6'11", with him being 6'11", with that high dribble, I'm going to pluck him every time. I'm going to do him like the Miami Heat did Jeremy Lin a few years ago. I'm going to do him exactly like that.
Man,
that was rough.
A turnover fest.
That was rough.
No, I'm with Mark 100% on this. Now, let me be clear. My thing is anytime they can turn a rebound into a transition opportunity, it needs to be in his hands. Okay. Period. I mean, the guy is unstoppable on fast breaks.
Okay.
So in transition, I'm okay with him being their point guard. When the other team scores, I don't want him bringing the ball up the court. All right, I would much rather Jarrett Bayless bring it up, Tyler Ennis, one of those guys. I'm not, and it's kind of what Mark was saying. He's 6'11". This guy bringing the ball down the court, you're gonna run into turnover issues. Now, I will say this: he's done pretty good assist to turnover ratio. His stats recently have been incredible. It's hard to argue with what Jason Kidd has done, except the results are still 500. All right. In their last 10, which is about how long they've been doing this, they're 5-5. So it hasn't been completely productive from a team standpoint. Does his numbers look outstanding? And, Parker's playing pretty well, Monroe, everybody's playing pretty well, but it's not producing what it should be producing, and that's wins. I do like the idea of having Bayless and Antetokounmpo in at the same time. Okay. That way, again, Jarrett Bayless can bring the ball down in a half-court situation. If you want to give it to Giannis after that, or Giannis, then you can do that. But I don't really want him as a full-time point guard.
Now, Paul did say they were 5-5 in their last 10, but they're 4-2 in their last 6.
Right, they are.
Now, mind you, they've won 3 in a row, and Giannis had 14 assists the other night to 3 turnovers.
That's what I'm saying. His numbers have been pretty good. It's hard to argue it with the numbers. I just don't. I don't want a 6'11" guy, 6'10", 6'11", as my full-time point guard.
I don't know. You want to try something different. Like I said, as long as Giannis isn't turning the ball over and making you look bad, I don't see why that's a bad idea. I mean, right now the Bucks aren't going anywhere. I don't think they're going to catch, the number 8 seed. They might not even catch Detroit for 9.
So, and then this brings in my scenario, because you guys know how I think. What am I thinking here?
It's either be bad or be good.
Right. So why would you want to try something new right now and increase your win share and lose out on a better draft choice? So for me, man, just keep doing what you're doing, lose games, whatever. Get you a higher draft pick, bring you some help in for next year.
Well, Mark.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but then it's like for the Bucks it needs to be reversed. They have all the talent in the world. They just need guys to play a role.
Well, they need a point guard.
They need. But
a guy like Chris Dunn would be perfect.
With this draft, you can get one, and you don't need like a guy like, oh man, he could do everything: rebound, steal, assist. It's like they don't need Chris, like a Chris Dunn. I would get like a throwback point guard. Like, look, man,
Tyler
that's all
Ulis?
I do is pass the basketball and run the show.
Tyler
What do
Ulis
you
would be
think?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, just get a guy like that. I mean, this team is like overly talented. They just need a guy. Look, I'm gonna play my role. I don't need all the shine. Y'all take the shine, and I'll just do my job, win, and go home.
Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing about it: the Bucks have the longest winning streak in the Eastern Conference right now.
Right now they do. Yeah.
They've won 3 in a row, which is the longest streak in the Eastern Conference right now. And the crazy thing
Not
is
saying a lot.
they're beating the Toronto Raptors right now at home.
At home. Yeah.
So, I know it's in the second quarter. I know it's early, but they're beating the Raptors right now. So you think about it, if they beat the Raptors, that's 5 in the last 7. Their only 2 losses I came to think to Oklahoma City and Chicago. Now, Chicago, for their flaws and everything else, that's one thing. But Oklahoma City, like I said, is one of the more elite teams in the NBA.
Right.
So they haven't been losing the teams they shouldn't be losing to. Now, they haven't beaten the world beaters in the NBA. Now, they beat Miami, but they've also beaten New Orleans. They've beaten Minnesota. They beat Brooklyn. They haven't beaten, the world beaters as well, too, in the streak. And so far, Giannis has 7 points in the first quarter out in Milwaukee tonight with 3 assists and no turnovers, Mark. None.
Now you know what else this sparks with Giannis kind of playing well and playing his point guard position.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're talking about Ben Simmons and Brandon Ingram doing it.
Yeah. No, I can't see Ingram doing it, but
I do not see that.
I can see Simmons because he's
I
a good ball
Simmons
handler.
more than I could see Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram to me is more of a shooter, scorer. More of a
But
gunner.
just the fact that coaches, this fact that teams are looking into it.
I mean,
I'm just like,
it's
to
a
me,
copycat
I
league.
just don't think it sets a good precedent, that you're going to try this, because I'm just like, when it comes to bringing the ball up, when it comes to pick and roll defense and things like that, I think these guys will get killed.
Yeah, I mean,
That's my personal opinion.
a couple years from now, we're going to see guys that are 5'10" in the post, because that's going to be the new trend.
I mean, Charles Barkley was 5'10" when he played in the league. Wasn't he, Mark? Like 5'10"?
Yeah, you're going to have guys like Giannis bringing the ball down, and then you got guys like me in the post. So, I mean, it's.
Charles, I didn't say that. Blame Danny.
He's not.
You don't want his wrath.
You're not going to throw me through a plate glass window, Charles. Not on that one. No time soon. Guys, last topic before we head into the break. Speaking of guys, killing the basketball, Damian Lillard in Portland.
Well, he's been on kind of a slump, man. I feel like
he's not scoring 50.
No, but I feel like he came out so hot that he kind of burned himself out a little bit. I think his shoulders are probably a little tired right now.
Our good friend Oliver Roman wrote an article on Damian Lillard. Has been going around circulating. Damian Lillard, here's my question for you guys. Now, we all know there's going to be that one person that doesn't vote for Steph Curry for MVP because somehow, for some reason, the word unanimous and MVP don't go together in the NBA.
No.
There's always that one that's going to vote against Steph Curry. We are all in agreement that Steph Curry is the league's MVP this year, hands down.
Yeah.
Does Damian Lillard fall second or third in this vote right now? Mark? Paul?
Lillard's been tough. He's been tough, but I don't know if he's second or third. I don't have him, quite right there.
Who's your top 3? Who's your top 3 right now, Mark? MVP.
I have to go with Steph. Obviously number one. I like what he's doing. I'm telling you, I still go back to LeBron. After everything that's going on, he still puts up numbers. He's having to see him win. And then third, I think I'll probably take a new guy. That'll probably be Kawhi Leonard.
Same here.
He's transformed his game to be, he's like a legitimate small forward. Just the fact that he started out as a center playing basketball, it just still boggles my mind to the day.
Yeah, I have Kawhi at 2, and LeBron is not going to get love. He just doesn't anymore.
No, he doesn't.
So I'm not even going to waste my time mentioning him. I think you're right, Mark. But
Don't hate the king.
Yeah, they hate the king. So
Please don't hate him.
I'm actually going to maybe surprise you here with the third one. I'm going to go Kyle Lowry, actually.
I like Lowry. But for me, I think Dame Lillard is number 2, actually, on this list.
And he can be. I don't see why not.
Because here's the reason why I have Damian Lillard at number 2 as of right now. Like you said, LeBron's always going to put these numbers up. But it's just the struggles in Cleveland. Like, it should be easier.
Well, it's funny that they're struggling at 47 and 19.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's insane to even hear this
I know.
talk.
It's the word struggle. What I say is that they should be blowing away the Eastern Conference way worse than what it is. And
They're cruising, man.
They're cruising. But see, the thing is, LeBron hasn't been as dominant in most years. And I think, to me, the numbers are up there. But I think the way Lillard has played, you're talking about the most valuable player to his team. I think
if that's the case, Damian Lillard's the MVP of the league.
Steph Curry's they're at 60 wins with Steph Curry.
Right, but you're saying most valuable to their team. Is Lillard not more valuable to Portland than Steph is to the Warriors? The Warriors are a good team.
Okay, but they win 60 games without Steph.
They don't win 60 without Steph. No, that's absurd. But are the Warriors a playoff team without Steph?
I think they are.
I think they're pretty close if they're not.
Mm-hmm.
You take Dame off Portland, and they're the worst team in the NBA.
No,
I thought they were going to be
one. They're worse than the Sixers.
All you got to do is just get the ball out of McCollum's hands.
That's
and
it.
Kill the rest of the team.
They'd be down there in the basement. They'd be sub 20 wins right now.
No, not because they're still.
They'd be under 20 wins right now without Damian Lillard.
I mean, they're not worse than the Sixers. I think they're not worse than the Lakers.
Dan, they'd be under 20 wins like Brooklyn, like Phoenix, like the Lakers. I honestly feel like there's more talent on the Lakers minus Damian Lillard than Portland.
I don't know. For me, Damian Lillard, because of the fact that we all are in agreement that this team wasn't going to win more than 25 games. When the season started. I mean, this team was bad. You pretty much stripped the entire team. You lost 4 starters.
I thought 30 was the over-under.
Yeah, you stripped 4 starters, and not just 4 stars, 4 guys who are starting for other teams, and all got paid this summer. All of them did. Batum will get his. But, I think Aldridge got, $85, $90 million. Even Robin Lopez got $52 million from the Knicks. And then Wesley Matthews, he tore his ACL, got 60-something, $70 million from Dallas. So Damian Lillard is basically playing with C.J. McCollum and duct tape. This team is right there on the cusp of not just making the playoffs, but they might be the most dangerous team of the bottom teams in the Western Conference in the playoffs. We're going to ask that same question as well as talk about who's the most dangerous team in the East, and we'll talk a little bit about the New York Knicks. Phil Jackson said he wants to coach half the season at home. We'll take a quick break here on Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by on Sports Talk Today, the team. We'll be right back.
Shirts Just For You is a unique custom graphic apparel store. Our motto is made for you, inspired by you. We offer a variety of designs ready for purchase, or you can create your own at no additional cost. With spring just around the corner, they would like to get you prepared, whether just for yourself or for your big event, like a family reunion, bachelor or bachelorette party, or even a work function. When you buy 4 shirts, get the 5th free using the code NBA FCP Radio. Buy 4, get more at checkout.
Are you looking to expand your reach and following in all platforms of media? Do you need a jump start in expanding your brand to all markets across the world? Sofo is here for you. Sofo means something for everyone, and they are here to help you expand your business through all platforms of media. Their experienced team is here for you to expand your brand and put you and your business in places that you would have never been before. Check them out at www.sofoellc.com or call 407-607-9862. Follow SOFOELLC on Instagram and Twitter.
I just bought my son sick basketball apparel from DHTK.com. DHTK.com has all the newest and coolest brands, such as Don't Hate the King, Repra, 23NT, and GAM30VER. DHTK.com vision is to integrate culture, fashion, and attitude that best represents the players and caters to us, the fans. Click on DHTK.com and subscribe to their basketball updates for an automatic 10% off. If you're a basketball fan, you must follow their social media accounts. Visit DHTK.com for all the details. DHTK.com. Don't hate the king.
Are you looking for a fun experience on the water with your family? Bring them to the Orlando Water Sports Complex, located off Highway 528 near OIA. The Orlando Water Sports Complex provides an experience you won't soon forget, featuring cable wakeboarding, as well as the Super Air Nautique G23, the world's best wakeboarding and wake surfing boat for guests to enjoy. For more info, visit actionparks.com. That's AKTIONPARKS.com. And tell them Full Court Press sent you.
We are back for the final segment of Full Court Press Radio here on Sports Talk Today, the team. I'm your host, Dane Tom, checking tonight. 407-482-3776 is the number to check in. Or my main man, Mark Johnson and Paul Myers, MAFCPRadio.com. As we were going to break, we were talking about Damian Lillard's Portland Trailblazers being potentially the most dangerous team in the Western Conference. Guys, we're getting down to the stretch here. Portland or Utah? Utah gets Alec Burks back in a couple weeks. What team is more dangerous? Because the Jazz beat the Cavs last night without Gordon Hayward, and they're about to get Alec Burks back. Which team is the team you don't want to face in round one of the playoffs?